So, yeah, so we were saying that they were corporate transplants and they got tired of their job, I think.
Yes.
Right.
They were, just to say, worked a lot, working 60, 70-hour weeks. They were ready to do something fun. Their adult children had kind of moved on, so they felt like they did right by them, and it was time to try something new. So they, I know Lisa called Mary and said, what do you think about a franchise? And, you know, Mary said, I don't think I'm equipped to, you know, be a McDonald's runner or Tim Hortons runner, I don't. And then the Painting with a Twist idea kind of came into conversation, and neither of them have an art background, but they both are just fantastic businesswomen, and they like wine, so it was a really great combination.
It totally works.
And
art and wine.
Yeah, the art and wine, and now we're flashing forward. Like I said, between the first studio, they've been around for almost 6 years, and we've been around for almost 4. So.
And so the first one was in Lancaster?
Yes, it's on Transit Road, right between Walden and Genesee. So it was a great location, nice and close to the airport. And then they kind of were just looking to expand to the South Towns.
Sure.
And everyone suggested Southgate Plaza. And so this is where we ended up.
Yeah, it's a good location for you guys.
Yeah.
I you know, just growing up here in this area. For this business, they started in Lancaster. 2 years later, they opened this up?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half?
They opened this one up in the fall of 2015. So we've been kicking ever since, and I got to be part of opening it, which was a really cool experience.
Sure.
And like I said, they're
you've been here since day one here.
Yes.
So you were employee one.
I was employee one. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, for this location, which
That's
was
awesome.
pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, and was the intention that you were going to manage the place, or?
It was never really the intention. I mean, I did the Disney College program when the first studio opened, and then I came home and was just, you know.
And that's awesome, though.
Yeah.
You are a rare thing to have as a manager and an employee, that they can just, you know that this store is in great hands and just concentrate on whatever else they want to do.
Yeah.
Because they're up in Lancaster, right? Basically.
Yeah, they're both primarily up in Lancaster.
And maybe the intention may have been for them to split. You know, like Mary might take one, Lisa take the other, but they have you, so, you know. Now, within the context of Painting with a Twist, you guys have autonomy to do what you want to do within certain limits?
Yeah, within certain limits. I mean, we have, which is, I think, the biggest perk of the paint, and as far as the paint and sip goes, we have a specific art library for us that is up to almost 15,000 different pieces of art. So if you've been an artist with Painting with a Twist for, I think it's 6 months or more, you can create art and submit it, and then there's the powers that be at corporate will stamp of approval and then add it to the library, and then every studio across the country can use that.
Pool.
Yep, gets that pool. So we're pulling from just so many different options, you know, everything from the hour-and-a-half goofy kids class to the, you know, 3-hour, you know, wooden shiplap palette detailed stuff. You know, we're getting new of everything, you know, really weekly. So that's a huge perk, and that's something that we do have to stick to, you know, the art that we have in the library, but we have 15,000 choices.
Now, do you guys have so if somebody submits a painting, do they have to submit the steps to that?
Yes.
So it's a very stepped process.
Yes.
So they have to give you a complete breakdown of how this painting is made. They can't just hand it in, then you guys figure it out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let's figure it out. And it's funny because even for corporate, I think that was a learning curve in the beginning. It was just, well, paint it and then figure out how to teach it, and then they would make their own steps. But now whoever creates it creates steps. Yeah. And that's, you know, very, very helpful.
Right. I'd hate to be the dude who gets hired. Like if you had like 12,000, and they're all excited because like, wow, I get to work with, and they're like, here's, you know, 6,000 paintings for you, Louie.
Yes.
Here's 6,000 for you, Dan.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, figure it out. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. And like I said, I don't come from an art background, so learning about, you know, different art techniques and the way that they teach it has been, you know, super fascinating to me, and I, you know, enjoy the boring stuff behind the desk, but it's really is, you know, inspiring and almost makes you want to paint. Like last night I just came in and painted for fun, and had the best time. And
you got paint on your phone.
Exactly, yep. So it's just, you know, it's a fun thing to do, even if you're not interested in the art world.
Well, it goes back to being a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all cathartic. It's always good, even if you can't do it. And I always try to tell people that with everything.
That's a great phrase. It's even good, even if you can't do it.
Because we can do it.
Yes.
Because at its most rudimentary level, as long as you're putting brush to something,
then
you're feeling it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about the end result, really. It's more about the experience.
Yes, the process. That's what we always say. We're like, you know, trust the process, have fun. And it's funny because we'll do kids classes and you'll compliment the kids and they'll be like, thank you, I can't wait to hang this right in, you know, mom and dad's room or over. And, you know, then you compliment adults and they're, you know, so quick to be tough on themselves.
Yes.
And it's just like you lost the play element. And then by the end of the class, they're proud of themselves. They had a riot. And so it's just nice to watch. Well, kids have at the get-go. It usually takes adults, you know, the first hour of the class to kind of loosen up and be able to feel that fun.
The wine.
Or the wine, yes. There's, I mean, to backpedal, the all ages welcome or the hour-and-a-half art library only has about 800 paintings, so only 800. And then the 2-hour painting has something like, you know, 13.5, and then there's a 3-hour art library that has, so, you know, if you can cut it back that way. And, you know, you can filter, so you can do like nature things or like we have a bunch of buffalo related paintings that we kind of display some of. Or you can do like buffalo themed stuff, which is really popular. People have a lot of 716 pride, so.
Now, how about licensing? As far as like if I wanted to do you guys do like stuff like that, like Disney or?
We actually have a partnership with Disney. Corporate has one. So
you think I would have known to ask that?
No, that's okay.
It's
fairly new.
Okay.
So we do stuff, you know, when DVDs come out of the vault, like, you know, Peter Pan came out of the vault, Lady and the Tramp came out of the vault. So some of these are one-time only classes, which is great because it's an influx for us and it's great cross promotion. And then some stuff they'll leave in our art library. So I think we have like 22 Disney-inspired paintings that, like I said, were created with corporate artists and Disney. It's like a collaboration type of deal.
Well, that's great, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, I mean, and you could do that across the whole media industry.
Yeah.
So you have different partnerships with different movie studios and.
They'll reach out, and it's cool because like Disney reached out, I think, to Painting with a Twist at a corporate level, which is how
that's a big
wonderful
deal,
was that. Yeah.
That's a nice validation.
So that was really fantastic. And as far as like the Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Sabres, we don't tread on them. If our guests want to come in and do something themselves, we've seen a lot of people go rogue and just, you know, try to make that buffalo or whatever. And, you know, we'll help them the best we can without, you know, trying to cause any trouble.
Sure.
But we do have a lot of like Buffalo inspired art.
Of course, yeah. And that's totally present on the walls here too. So
which is awesome.
Pricing?
So pricing for.
And remember, this is going to air for about 5 years.
Perfect.
So, you know, just so you don't want to pin anything down.
Pinpoint, $37.15.
Yeah. Somebody 3 years from now, like, you said it was $37.
This is it. So all of our classes between the all ages and then our like extravagant, we do screen art or, you know, real like wooden cutouts range between 25 and 45. The vast majority of events for all ages welcome is going to be 25 and for adults is going to be 35. And that includes everything. So you get your canvas, your paint, your brushes, the instruction, which I think is the most important element. And then, like I said, we provide plates, cups, ice, and napkins, which is just something that you can forget about. You can just literally bring your bottle of wine or if your kid, you know, kid's birthday party, just your tray of cupcakes. And that's all you need. So
hours?
So we have office hours that usually range between like noon and 7 p.m. and then the vast majority of our events happen in the evening on the weekdays and then in the afternoons on the weekends. So depending on, you know, what class you're looking for.
Awesome.